And on this International Holocaust Remembrance Day, Elon Musk is making headlines for voicing support for Germany's far-right AfD party. He endorsed the group's ideology at a campaign rally this weekend, saying AfD is, quote, the best hope for Germany.
You know, children should not be guilty of the sins of their parents, or even let alone their parents, their great-grandparents.
That was just a clip of his virtual appearance. The chairman of Israel's Holocaust Memorial, Danny Dayan, put out a message on Musk's social media platform X, reading, contrary to Elon Musk's advice, the remembrance and acknowledgement of the dark past of the country and its people should be central in shaping the German society. Failing to do so is an insult to the victims of Nazism and a clear danger to the democratic future of Germany. Jodi Rudoren, editor-in-chief of the Jewish newspaper The Forward, joins me now for more on that. Jodi, thanks for coming on. How are Holocaust survivors and Jewish communities reacting to Musk's comments and the timing just 2 days before Holocaust Remembrance Day today?
I think people are suspicious and worried about the timing. I mean, this is also less than a week after Musk's post-inaugural speech, where he made a gesture that a lot of people thought harked back to the Heil Hitler Nazi salute. And when people called him out on that, he responded with these crass and sort of bad punny jokes about the Holocaust. So he's not somebody people trust around issues of anti-Semitism and the Holocaust, because he's had so many repeated sort of suspicious comments. And I think the question for me, as I listen to those comments, is why would he choose to emphasize that point the day before Holocaust Remembrance Day? I mean, of course, people should not be held accountable for things their great-grandparents did, but I'm struck by the difference between what the president of Poland had to say on this occasion, which he said his citizens are the guardians of memory. He says, we will always remember, and through this memory, the world will never again allow such catastrophe to occur. So there's one approach, which is we are all part of remembering the horrors of the Holocaust, and another that's like, you should not be held accountable for it. It's just surprising.
So what do we know about the AfD party and the far-right movement in Germany right now?
I mean, from what I understand, I'm not an expert on German politics, but they are on the ascent, and while and have a chance to have a significant impact on Germany's next chancellor and government.
Now, for decades, Jews have pushed the message of never forget when it comes to the Holocaust. Where does that message stand today? It's an interesting question, Diane, because today, on the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, 50 Auschwitz survivors are at the ceremony. That's down from, I think, 300 10 years ago, because so many have died, and we now are in a situation where we have fewer and fewer Holocaust survivors to tell their own stories, and so it's incumbent on their children and on the broader community to tell those stories. And that ceremony and that moment is taking place against the backdrop of rising anti-Semitism and a sort of proliferation of anti-Semitism across the political spectrum in ways that we haven't really seen before. So I think Jews today, on this Holocaust Remembrance Day, are feeling a little confused and scared and a little conflicted, wanting to make sure that the memory of those who perished in the Holocaust is honored and that there's a never forget. But the question of kind of what does anti-Semitism look like today and how does that impact us as Jews now around the world is much more fraught and complicated. All right, Jodi Rudoren from The Forward. We appreciate it, Jodi. Thank you.